up, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about my Mark 13 Mod 5 that I'm going to be building. So we're just going to talk a little bit about the chassis and a little bit of history on the Mark 13 and kind of the future plans for the build and what kind of direction I'm going to go with it. So I guess to start out, the Mark 13 was basically the SOCOM 300 WinMag sniper rifle for mainly the SEALs and some other special operation groups. And yeah, so basically this particular chassis here I got from a company called Thoroughbred Armament, and they somehow acquire these deployment kits when the military is done with them. So this was actually a deployed chassis, so this was some guy's rifle. It's really cool. He's got where his dope card was probably affixed to the rifle, as well as some tape here on the cheek rest, which is kind of cool. And then the he's got a, I don't know if this was his name or he wrote something on the side of the rifle. And on the actual case that this came in too, that also had like a Roman numeral 5 kind of in there, which is kind of cool. So anyway, so it's kind of neat to have some dude's actual rifle that he used, which is pretty cool. But anyway, so what comes with the kit, there's a bunch of different kits that were available. You could get ones that had like barrel blanks in it, the slings, that kind of stuff, but most of that is pretty much all sold and gone. So basically the one that I got is called the Immons or Imons, and basically what that comes with is 8 300 WinMag, actually Accessory International magazines, as well as the Accessory International 2.0 stock in FDE. And then you also get the Harris bipod, as well as the Sawtooth Rifles 580 AI LEG, which I believe that's what the Harris bipod is kind of mounted to. And then obviously you get the Badger Imons or Immons for your thermal or night vision scope. And then on the side there's a little rail for mounting like a Picatinny or some other type of laser designator, which is pretty cool. And then you also get the, like I was talking about before, the actual case that the rifle came in, and it's all cut out for the Mark 13. So there's a spot for the suppressor, the magazines, the cleaning rod, all that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. And the case is a storm case. It's the IM 3300 case. But yeah, so it was kind of cool to get like an actual, I don't know, some dude's rifle, which is pretty cool. So I guess we'll talk about kind of what like a clone correct Mark 13 would be. And this information is from the Clone Rifles website. So if you guys want to go check out their website, it's really cool if you're into any type of cloning stuff. They have all of the, basically all like what actions in it, what scopes were used, all that kind of stuff, which is pretty neat. So anyway, so the Mark 13, the actual action is obviously a Remington 700 long action. And it has the M16 extractor mod, or they use later models, they use the Stiller action, which is actually a really nice action. Very expensive, but very nice. Obviously the chassis we already talked about is the Accessory International AICS 2.0 stock, which the 2.0 stock versus kind of the other ones allows you to have the buttstock fold and then kind of attach in that position, which is kind of cool for, I don't know, storage or whatever, but that is that. And then barrels, they used a Lilja 26-inch 1 in 10 twist, and it was also contoured for the Knights Armament MK11 suppressor. So that is kind of a route that I probably won't be going down, seeing as that MK11 suppressor is extremely expensive and extremely hard to find. So kind of the plan is to find a almost kind of Duke. So this would technically be like the Mod 5, but the Mod 7s, the newer versions, basically had the Surefire 7.62 RC2 can, I believe it was. And so that would probably be a suppressor that I'd like to get, because then I could use it for other rifles, not just this one. So that's kind of the plan for that, is it'll kind of be a mix of a Mod 5 and a Mod 7. So not super clone correct, but pretty close. Kind of like what I did with my Black Hawk Down AR. It's not perfect, but it kind of serves its purpose. It looks nice, and it isn't ridiculously expensive. Because if you wanted to build a legitimate one, you're you're talking a lot of money. So anyway, so we talked about the barrel, and then the trigger is a Remington Walker or an Extreme SP Mark 13. And then the scopes they use 2 different Night Forces. They use the NXS 3.5 to 15 as well as the 5.5 to 22. And then they also use the Schmidt & Bender 5 to 25. So I'll probably be looking at the Night Force, one of the Night Forces. I'm not sure exactly which one is better than the other, but definitely I'll probably put a Night Force scope on it. And then as far as the scope bases, some of them use the Remington Mars. Others use the Night Force 20 MOA, and then the other ones use, if it had a Stiller action, it had that Stiller rail mounting system on the top of it. As far as the bipods, they use the Harris bipods, which mine already has, which is really nice. So yeah, so I guess we'll show you the little bipod here, which is pretty cool. Put it up like that, but be nice and stable. So the plans for this particular rifle, probably getting a Remington 700 long action, 300 WinMag, 26-inch barrel. They do make like a military and police version that's got the same twist rate. I know it's not going to be the same, but it's got the same twist rate, same length, and then I believe some of them have a threaded barrel. So that would be perfect to be able to do. That'd be more on, I guess, more budget friendly, and it's still going to be, you know, a great shooting rifle for me. This is kind of like my introduction to anything long range or anything bolt action. So I'll probably be looking at something like that, and then doing, you know, probably the Night Force or whatever type of rail mounting system I can get for the Night Force scope. And we'll do a Night Force scope on it. We'll do the Surefire 7.62 RC2 can on it. But yeah, so that's kind of the Mark 13. I should have shown some photos of kind of like what these things look like fully built and kind of in the field, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's kind of cool just having just a neat piece of history. It's not like super old history yet, but it's just kind of just a really cool thing to have. I don't know, some dude's rifle. It's just something special about that, which is cool. But yeah, so definitely, if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give the video a thumbs up. That helps me out a bunch, guys. And if you guys are interested in seeing more of this build as it progresses, definitely subscribe so you don't miss a video on kind of the progress that it's going through. And yeah, so anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.